I did my master's in automotive systems in Han, Applied University, and then
Super.
I'm working as a test engineer at DECRA certification, which is like we do the certification process for all kind of electronic items. And specifically, I'm as a test engineer for laboratory measurements. I work in a company called DECRA Certification.
Okay.
It's a German-based company, and it's
Awesome.
almost like 100 years old, and it is all
Wow.
over the globe.
What all changes you had to make in your learning pattern for you to be able to clear all these examinations at hand, Netherlands?
It was practical. I have to just think about from a designer perspective. It's like if you're an engineer, you have to be like a designer. You have to know how to handle the risk, and you have to know. It's like it was creating an engineer who's who is going to be the future engineer for top tech companies. I studied the applied physics and the control systems and also the system modeling as a part of the mandatory first semester. And then after that we can choose the electives, so we can choose two electives. I choose the smart vehicles, which they taught about the self-driving vehicle, and also the BDST, big data and small data machine learning AI. I was surprised because the professors at Han were mostly was Indians, so I was quite surprised. And also they are senior professor, so when we have any kind of questions, we can just mail them and we can say like, could you just please teach us? And they teach you in from not from a basic level how Indians teach, but it's from the level where you can understand, and they just they just cut to the chase, like what is your doubt, and they just clarify the doubt. And then if we ask further questions, they say like, do your research. And that was that was also teaching us to do the research as students, how to do a research and how to get
Exactly.
the solution. So it was not like a spoon fed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. You all have been watching our channel. Thanks for all your love and support. We have been interviewing all our dedicated, super successful students. Today, we have our student Prince, who studied in Netherlands and currently working there. And this is our 97th interview. So, Prince, welcome to the show.
Hi, sir. Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling me for the interview, and it's a pleasure to be a part of this interview series to help the
Thank you so
student.
much. Thank you. And thanks for giving us your valuable weekend time for us. Please introduce Prince yourself to our audience.
Yeah, I'm Prince. I'm from Coimbatore, and I did my bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering back in Coimbatore. And as soon as I finished my bachelor's, I did my master's and in automotive systems in Netherlands, and I successfully finished my master's. And I'm currently working as a test engineer in Netherlands for the electrical safety.
Yeah, just to add, people will be curious to know where you did your bachelor's.
Okay, I did my bachelor's in Karunya, Coimbatore, and then
Super.
I did my master's in automotive systems in Han, Applied University, and then
Super.
I'm working as a test engineer at DECRA certification, which is like we do the certification process for all kind of electronic items, and specifically I'm as a test engineer for laboratory measurements. So it's a really good job to work.
Excellent. We are going to discuss about your professional lives too. That will be mostly in the third segment.
Yeah.
So, first thing about your university at bachelor level, it's located in a very beautiful place. I have been there 3-4 times. It's really calm. Under the mountains, the climate is really good there. So 4 years, forget about other things, but as a location, it's fantastic, right? The 4
Yeah,
years.
of course it is. It's really good because it's surrounded by the mountains and you have a good time, and also the food is also good from Karunya, if I would say. And also the education and the curriculum was also pretty good, and we learned a lot of things from Karunya.
Super, wonderful. We are always grateful. Whatever institution it is, whatever they're doing, we are always grateful to whatever they are given us. Yes. So to start with, so what did you study in your bachelor's? You studied your ECE, right?
No, electrical and electronics engineering. Triple E, sir.
Okay, Triple E. Okay, I also studied Triple E only. So then,
Okay.
at what moment kind of you decided, I think I have to do my master's?
This journey, a long story in short, like this journey started when I was doing my second year. I was thinking about what I want to do, because I don't want to end up in the IT sector and 9 to 5 in India. So I was thinking what I can just further enhance. And from my small childhood, I have this huge interest in automotive, and I always want to see and also it's I also want to see what is under the hood, and also I'm more interested to do the safety. So then that was the propulsion to do a master's. So I started my journey like to prepare what is IELTS. I don't know what is this procedure to get into the abroad, and I started during my second year, and then I got my in end of the fourth year, oh sorry, end of the third year, I got the application in Netherlands as for a part of to do my masters in automotive systems.
Super. But when you are so passionate about, because audience will also have this question, that's why I'm asking this. So when you're so passionate about automobile or automotive systems, so it would have been easier for you if you could have studied mechanical or mechatronics or automobile at the UG level. Any specific reason to choose Triple E?
So now EV, you have the EV, which is like electronics is the base for
Yes.
everything now. So the
Yes.
mechanical is, it's like merging with electronics, then becomes mechatronic. But
Yes.
I have a huge interest in the electronics. I want to see, because
Electronics.
that's the foundation for everything. So
Super.
that was the continuation I want to do from the electrical to the automotive. So from an electrical perspective to mechanical perspective.
I got it. Because any department you take, for example, for a automobile company, they need engineers from all disciplines, not just mechanical and automobile. They need people from literally all sorts of domains so that they can make the final product. Then comes my next question. You started the process when you were finishing the third year. Which all countries you had in your mind?
First was Canada,
Okay.
because that was I was having a like when I was like googling up, and I found Canada, and then I was looking I was like in the list there was Germany and Italy, and the least was Netherlands actually,
Okay.
because yeah, that's the truth. And to be honest, I don't know I'm not good at geography, so I don't know where the Netherlands was. I know it is in Europe, but I don't know which specific
Okay.
part.
Okay. Okay.
And that was I applied to these countries, and fortunately I get into the Netherlands.
Super. So Canada was ruled out. Then you choose Europe basically. Any specific
Yeah.
reason? If you could remember. I know it's long back.
Uh,
But if you could.
Yeah, automotive is the Europe is the hub for the automotive.
Okay.
So
Okay. Sure.
Canada is a hub for the IT and also for the computer science. So
Yes.
there was only one university where I could find my course, but it was also quite new. It was established in 2000, early 2000s. So I said like I want to just go to the automotive where the hub is Germany, yeah, Italy, and also the Netherlands as a part. So yeah, that
Super.
was the reason.
So then, how did you find Europe Study Center for your processing?
Actually, it was a long story. Actually, I
Okay.
want to. Yeah, it's a long story. And
Okay.
first, I just get into a consultancy, and they say like we can just get to you, I can get the admission in the Canada, and also the IELTS requirement was pretty higher. So that was very new. So I was also very new. I don't know how to start and what is the procedure. So whatever consultancy was telling, I was just simply nodding my head. And then I found out it was not how it is going, because they just uh, they asked a lot of money at the site, say we want to do this application, that application, scholarship, and that created a doubt. And I was thinking out what should I do, because I don't want to sit and I don't want to just lock my door and think about what should I do. So I need to make a plan B. So through my relative, I found a person who was also did master through ESC. So I asked them like how's the process, and how is everything, and they said like this 100% genuine. So then I said okay, I'll just make a consultation with them, and I found out the consultation was good. And then they started to evaluate my things, like my requirement with my CGPA, my academics, and my area of interest. And then I also did my research as a part of my part, like along with ESC,
Yes.
and then I got into the Europe. And to be honest, like Europe is far better in terms of education. It's more of applied rather than being just like how it is in India. It's not like something that you read in the book and you apply right in the exams. Here is
Yes.
something that's completely different. So that's why I
Exactly.
choose Europe and also ESC. Thanks for that.
Thank you so much, brother. We're always grateful to you. And that's why I don't send anybody outside Schengen countries, brother. I feel
Yeah,
why? Why? For example, UK, in BBC, there was a report, not now, two,
yeah,
3 years. They are calling international students as cash cows. This is
yeah,
what they call. And I feel like, will I even work on a domain and make Indian students join the clout of being
exactly.
considered as cash cows? I feel, what is the objective of life? We
Yeah,
don't do
that's true.
any, I'm not telling to audience, I'm doing charity and all those things, but I feel there should be a purpose. The child should get something end of the day. It should help him to take him to the next level. That's why, we plan to do this 100 interviews. So this is the 97th interview.
Yeah,
Thanks to students like Prince to come forward and do it. So then, now fast forwarding, those processes, okay, you spoke to us, and you would have got a lot of clarity, right? When you compare it with your previous consultant, you don't have to pull the names because by
yeah,
now they would
yeah,
have perished. Forget about them. Okay.
yeah.
But when you compare their process with the ESC process, you would have felt it's very clear and there is no sudden charges here and there and all those
No,
things. It's systematic, right? Stage
yeah,
wise, you get a lot of clarity. That clarity gives
exactly.
confidence. Please, your points on that.
Exactly. So when I was like, I had a lot of doubts, and I also was a kind of a fear of doubt. Like, should I trust them? Because I was not happy with the previous consultancy, and I was thinking, okay, does the ESC, like, will they do it better than I expected?
Okay.
Surprisingly, I had a first consultation, and they just categorized into the tier countries, and then they said this is the cost and this is the cost, and there is, we don't have any hidden cost. And they asked me to just send me all the requirement, like my certificates, my declaration, everything. And that was pretty easy. And also it was like, I was also tracking my application, where is it and where it was. So it was pretty easy. I would say it was pretty clean and clear,
Straightforward. So there's
straightforward.
no doubts in your
Exactly.
mind, basically. See, brother Prince, I always get into your shoes. Okay. If I was a student, how I wish to get handled. As a person
Exactly.
running this organization for 15, 16 years, I think that is the right way of approach. This
Exactly.
is why, we have been at least, surviving and moving forward for the past 17 years. So then the moment you got the offer letter, how did you feel from hand?
I was feeling very happy. I was
Happy.
feeling very happy, and also it was on a lockdown time, so I was
Okay.
happy, and it was like, it was completely locked down in Netherlands, as well as it was like, and also in India also. But that's why it was like, instead of Feb intake, I was like, they come, like, university asked me to come on the September intake of 2021.
Super.
No, sorry. Instead of September 2020 intake, I was getting 2021 intake.
No problem. Now, when entire world was locked inside their homes, okay, you packed your bags, you felt, I think I should keep moving, irrespective of the situation. What what was the motivating factor at that moment when the entire world is in turmoil? You decided not to sit back and watch, rather you want to move forward.
The passion is the only key, and also I have my
Super.
vision, that I what I want in my life. That was the vision that was like propelling me to go to Europe. I don't know anyone. I just came with two bags, and I don't know anyone, and was like completely learning process. Like, apart from masters, I've learned a lot. So yeah, it was good.
Learning alone is not everything, right? Say, for example,
Exactly.
when you go for the interviews, you have all the subject knowledge, but you're not able to communicate. Your confidence is lacking. Who is going to give us an employment?
No, no one. Yeah,
Nobody. Nobody. Learning is like 50, 60%. There's another 40 percentage that once you go to a new place, keep exploring those 40 percentage joins your portfolio, basically.
yeah.
So then you started your studies. So how different did you feel the education system in Netherlands compared to back home in India?
Far more different. Far more different, I would say. When I was like, the topics were like, okay, I was familiar because I did my bachelor's, so I was, for instance, like the control systems, I know what is about. But the curriculum here is completely different. It is unpredictable, I would say, because the questions, even the exams they ask, is something we don't want to write the pages after pages, like how we
Yes.
used to write in India. It's like just simple answers and you get, but it makes us to think a lot. And it was enormous. It was humongous. The portions and the assignments that they give was literally a challenging for me.
Wonderful. So how did you adapt? That's the question. These changes, I know that you would have had challenges because I also studied there, Prince. But
Yeah.
how did Prince adapt? Because this is the interview, as you know, brother, is not to glorify ESC. Oh, I did 100
Yeah.
interviews. That's not the point. Here, we want to represent Prince's journey. You
Okay.
know, your audience don't get confused. Prince journey, Prince is his name. So his journey, the struggles you
Yeah.
faced, the setbacks you had, which made you a stronger person and a successful person right now. So what all changes you had to make in your learning pattern for you to be able to clear all these examinations at hand,
It
Netherlands?
was practical. I have to just think about from a designer perspective. It's like if you're engineer, you have to be like you have to be like a designer. You have to know how to handle the risk, and you have to know. It's like it was creating an engineer who's like who is going to be the future engineer for to a top tech companies, for instance, like in automotive. If they are given to some kind of a problem, you have to see how the engineers deal, not how the master student do. So it was a complete different perspective, I would say. So basically, since India is very easy and the syllabus is pretty easy comparatively here, and it was taking a lot of time for me to exercise how to like how to align to the Netherlands way, the education system. So it was pretty difficult. For past 6 months, first 6 months I had a real tough difficult time to understand the things, because they teach you something very easy, but in the project and as well as in terms of the examinations completely different.
So after like kind of 6 months, you felt like comfortable, right? You know,
Yeah.
things are getting under your control, something like
It's a mixed feeling, sir. It's a mixed feeling,
that.
because you're from a different country, and also the syllabus, and also the friends, making the friends, and also the expense, and also what are you going to do next. It was like the thought process was like, what is next, what is next, what is
What's
next.
next?
So I was not settling for small things. I was like just propelling myself, like pushing myself harder. So it was a mixed feeling. Sometimes I feel I'm good, sometimes I feel like I have to do much more better than this.
Much more. Okay, super. It's always a mixed feeling, right? Yeah, even if you
Exactly.
ask now,
Exactly.
I think I can
Exactly.
do a little bit more better, and we keep pushing ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, that's that's how it is. The next thing that I wanted to ask you was this one more time before I ask that. The title of your master program. One more time for our audience at hand.
It is masters in automotive systems,
Automotive
and
system.
that is the master program I studied, sir.
The duration of the program is
It's between 1.5 years to 2 years, but actually in paper it is 1.5 years. It's 18 months, but it is not as easy to finish in 18 months. So because you have to get the thesis, so it took me like almost 2 years. So yeah.
2 years. Super. So, from an electronic background, when you go study in an automotive systems, what sort of subjects do you study, brother?
I studied the applied physics and the control systems, and also the system modeling as a part of the mandatory first semester. And then after that, we can choose the electives. So we can choose two electives. I choose the smart vehicles, which they taught about the self driving vehicle, and also the BDST, big data and small data, machine learning, AI. This was the major item. There are also electives, but I choose this elective because it was meeting my requirement, because since I'm not from a mechanical background, I don't want to do my electives in the advanced vehicle modeling or something like that, sir. So I just choose
What was
this two, sir.
so? One more time. What was your specialization?
uh, Smart vehicle and big data and small data, which deals about machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Super. So basically, why I asked this one more time is, brother, because I strongly advocate, you study whichever core engineering you like, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
learn how to induct AI or machine learning into your core engineering process
Yeah.
as a tool, which will take you to greater heights rather than just studying AI alone. What is your opinion?
I would say, because I would say that AI is good, but since AI is also, it's a big, because I was doing my research in this AI for the autonomous vehicle. So I have a mixed feeling, because AI can be good, and also AI can be also be a setback for the one who's gonna do the new things. So I would say like it is good that they are like they are integrating the AI into the automotive, but it is not like as expected, like how it is claimed in the market.
Market. Okay, that's your, because you are on the domain, meaning you are currently
Exactly.
working. So I completely respect your opinion. Many people will have many opinions. So this interview is all about you. So your opinion only matters end of the day.
Yeah,
So then coming to the next aspect. So you had 1 year of courses, then followed by 6 months of project.
exactly, sir.
Super. Before we discuss about your project, a new country, as you said, new country, new education system, new people, new home.
Yeah.
How helpful, this is one challenge that you forget it. How helpful were the professors for you when it comes to your educational journey at hand?
uh, I was surprised because the professors at Hanwar mostly was Indians, so I was quite surprised. And also they are senior professor, so when we have any kind of questions, we can just mail them and we can say like, could you just please teach us? And they teach you in from not from a like a basic level how Indians teach, but it's from the level where you can understand, and they just like they just cut to the chase, like what is your doubt, and they just clarify the doubt. And
Clarify
then
that.
if we ask further questions, they say like, do your research. And that was like that was also teaching us to do the research as students, how to do a research and how to
Exactly.
get the
Exactly.
solution. So it was not like a spoon fed.
Yes, it's not just spoon fed, but helping at the right moment, critical point, so that
Exactly.
you keep moving to the next stages. Excellent. So, how good were the laboratory facilities at hand?
uh and also like this is a mixed feeling from my side, sir, because since it was a corona time, and also the
Okay.
staff are very limited, and also we were mostly we were having the classes online, and also the examinations is online.
Okay.
Only the last final year, they had some like the corona rules were little bit like it was like little bit favored
Relaxed.
to the students, relaxed. And like the laboratories, like the first semester was of the systems control and the modeling, that was easy, but we didn't had a specific lab for the automotive, because it was not due to the time constraint, and also for the for the COVID, it is little bit difficult for them to like to show the laboratory how
Organize
the
these things.
exactly.
But in between those crisis time also, they somehow tried to do their best, right? Which you guys would
Exactly,
have fit in. Yeah.
they did,
Because
sir.
it's so easy to, maybe some students, or some parents, whatever, they say they so easily complain without even
Exactly.
understanding the efforts that, you know, go
There's
behind
enough.
such an activity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. So then now moving into your final year project. So what was the title of the your master thesis?
It's a big title actually. It is developing a framework for AI, and it is for the for the automated level for the automated vehicles for level 4 and beyond. So it was a kind of a research, and I have to make an every like I have to make a framework, and I have to make an instructions for the automotive companies, like how to make, like how the European Union wants to do, say like in terms of safety. So it was more into the safety project. And
Yeah.
also it was not practical, it was theoretical. So I have to
Yeah. Yeah.
draw a lot of things, like I have to do a lot of research to make kind of a ISO standard. So I did to be honest, like just like a mini ISO standard for the automated vehicle.
Super. You said something like level 4. So
Yeah.
me or the audience would like to know what is that level 4?
Okay, in the automotive, we have levels. So the level
Yes.
two is the ADAS, that it's advanced driving assistance systems. That's the
Yes.
pro- the like systems like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. And level three is little bit further, like the automated lane assist system, and also the Tesla is also level three. Level four is something that you don't want. The system can do almost everything. Only there's less intervention of the human need to be done. And the level 5 is completely autonomous, like you don't want to do
Okay.
anything, that the vehicle will communicate with the infrastructure, and also the vehicle will communicate with the other vehicle, and so it is completely autonomous. So that's that's where there are levels. So
Super. That too, such a, even though it's a stimulation or it's a documentation, still a lot of efforts, right? When it comes
yeah.
to autonomous vehicles, it's not as easy as people think. It's too
No.
much of detailing sensors.
Yeah.
simulations, so many other aspects, right? Kindly talk about it. How the challenges, what are all the challenges you faced during your master thesis?
So like to be honest, like the manufacturers, they are really getting advanced and they know what to do, but there is no proper legislation or there's no proper regulations for the automotive makers to release these products into the market. So
Okay.
the poor thing here is like the legislation is far beyond like what
Okay.
the automotives are. Like the automotives are like having a quantum leap, but for the government or the legislation, they are taking a little bit slow because due to the they have a limited constraint. They think the automotive is just the tires and the headlights and something which is like a normal man can drive. It's like
Okay.
something
Okay.
very basic, but when
Elementary.
it,
Yeah.
elementary, I would say. Yes, thank you for that word. It's basic elementary, but the automotive makers are making also releasing to the markets, and that was like 2 to 3 incidents caused the panic to the legislation, like how do we want to make it. So that's how the government of even in European Union, also in the NHTA, it's also in US, they're trying to figure out what kind of framework or what kind of stricter regulations that we can do for the automotive. And also there are several standards for the automotive. We have ISO 26262, which is the road safety, and ISO
Mhm.
21448, which is called the safety of intent and functionality, just for the software part. And with these two are quite limited, so they want to make something different ISO standard. That's why they are taking
Okay.
a lot of time. And based on these two standards, I made a framework how to how to make the the regulations for the automotive manufacturers. Like, hey, this is what I need, and this should be there in your product. So that was the one investigation I did, and it is really quite challenging because it needs a lot of research, and you have to know what is automotive and what the autonomous driving system does, and what does the level 2 system does. So it is not easy. So you have to go through a lot of papers, and then the every scientist, they just make their own declarations, which is like a little bit challenging for the
Yeah.
legislation bodies.
Super. That's why I asked this question, because I could understand the complexity involved and the
Yeah.
efforts that you would have taken. And finally, once you got a green signal, yes, your thesis is done from your professor. That moment, how did you feel?
I was it was sleepless nights, sir, because I like
Yes.
this project has to be done with 10 people, and it was given the whole responsibilities was given to me. And also I had an opportunity. I did my thesis not from the university basis. I was finding to a different company, and in this
Okay.
case, I got into the RDW, which is the Dutch Vehicle Authority, and I that is a government organization. So I had a chance to work under them. So it was a quite intense and also immense pressure to finish this project, because I had a sleepless night for almost like 1 month. I just slept for probably like half an hour. That was my sleep cycle. And once I finished, it was April 14th, 2023. I was so happy, and I felt like, okay, you know what? I'm done with this masters. So yeah.
Done. All the sleepless nights, all your efforts, you know, all those hardships that you went through are the reasons right now, right now, where Prince is right now in his professional life. Am I
Yeah,
right?
it
These
is.
things made you
Yes.
stronger.
Yeah, I would 1000% agree with this one, because that made me who I am. Like the masters is not only like doesn't teach you what you have to what is your curriculum. Beyond that, I learned what is masters, like something that I mastered my life. I know I have to take care of myself. I have to do my things all by myself. I have to just recreate things which I was lacking in India, and this was the time where I can just retune myself. So the sleepless nights and also the struggles that I faced is at the end it was sweet, and it was like pleasure. It was a great pleasure.
Excellent. As they always say, right? No pain, no gain.
No.
And youngsters, many, I even get a lot of messages, brother, daily in my Instagram. Sir, I want to make quick money and become rich. Which course should I study? Nowadays, I stopped replying for such questions actually, because we study to learn skills. The skills will get us to help to get us to an employment. And once you
Mhm.
join the employment, you have to constantly keep working hard and slowly, gradually grow in life. This is how it
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
That is what is
Yeah.
happening in your life too. Yes, people
Yeah.
should
Exactly.
understand this. People chasing behind quick money, or they want to, how to say, everything they want it in a flash. 99% doesn't happen in most of the cases. So let's stick to a, what to say, a concrete process. Keep building the muscle. I mean, to the career,
Exactly.
it's skills. Do it, win it. So then, when did you start applying for your jobs, and when was your first job? When did you get it actually?
Okay. Uh, as I said, my passion was the only thing was driving me, and I find that even if I want to work in RTW, I need to have some experience. So
Mhm.
I say, like, I want the same safety perspective as my job career, because safety is always underrated. There are many
Yes,
manufacturers who make design, they just do all these things, but the safety is always underrated, and the safety is the whole thing. Even we have to look in terms of the design perspective, and also we have to make the risk management
yes,
things.
yes.
So I just had one day, like I finished my masters in 13th. I just had one day sleep, and from 15th I just started to search for the job. So I didn't
Wow.
had
Okay.
any I didn't had any kind of I was saying, like, till I achieve, no, there is no
Best.
no rest. So I started to search for the job, and I was like, I was applying to like companies all over the Europe. And then I also like looked into a company called Decra, which is also, they just do the certification part. And then I was going through the like the objective of the test engineer part, and it was completely, like, was matching my what I want to do. It's like you just do the risk management, and you have to do, and you have to burn things. It's like that kind of testing I love to do. And then I got into Decra, and it was for the consumer electronics, and I especially do for the laboratory measurements. So the electronics is always, it's the foundation, as I said in the first part, is always the first foundation. So I want to do the risk assessment in the electronics itself. If I do the in the electronics, then I can just further enhance my career to the things which I can
Yes.
make when it is in the outer way. So I can just see everything. So in electronics, you just see layer by layer by layer, and that also creates many analytical skills. And if I see anything, like any kind of PCB board, I know what is that good or is that bad in the terms of design perspective. So this safety along with this passion made me to join as a test engineer. I'm working in Decra for almost 2 years.
Wonderful. So the moment once you got the email, how did you feel?
It was so good. Actually, they were impressed, and they were also asking many critical questions. And also, this masters helped me to like, I love to ask critical questions, and I love to think more critical way. So that with this one, the masters helped me, and then I got into job, and that was the interview process, and everything was, they were asking many in a safety critical part. And then once I got the mail as I'm like yeah, they are happy with me, and that was really good. So that happened in 1 month so of my search job hunt.
Super. That's the first point of major success, right? You pack your
Exactly.
bags, you went to another consultant, he played, then you found us, you did everything, worked hard, then lot of back and forth report making, then finally getting an employment. That's like, see, these things only, like, special moments in life, which you will always cherish. Exploring, achieving, exploring,
Mhm.
achieving, whether it's studies or career, anything that you say, it starts with an
Ex-
exploration.
exactly.
It's added with smart work and hard work, then you get
Yeah.
the success. Then to the next step, and it's like a never ending loop actually.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
so one more time, your company's name and your current designation where you're working for the past 2 years.
Okay, I work in a company called Decra Certification.
Okay.
It's a German based company, and it's
Awesome.
almost like 100 years old, and it is all
Wow.
over the globe. And it is also even in India, it's all over the globe. And the Decra was starting like that, the foundation of the Decra was started with Automotive, and then they enhanced their safety. They are also like accredited lab, which is like they have an accreditation from the IEC and ISOs. And then like in Netherlands, there is a Decra, which is like they got the company from a company called Kima. That's the parent company, and we do then they join together and Decra bought the company, and then and I'm just working as a test engineer, and I just do for the laboratory measurements. And also there are many various departments in Decra. So they do for
Yeah.
the consumer electronics, they do for the audio video visual electronics, they also do for the photometry, which is like they just see the headlight of the automotive, like the safety things. And also they do for lighting, and they also do for the EV chargers, and they do for the batteries and etc. So it's a multidisciplinary company where it's really fun to work, and also we learn a lot of things. So every day is a learning part. It's a learning curve for me. So I'm also excited to be a part of Decra.
I was about to say this because Sam, as I could, I'm talking to you for the past 40 minutes or so. Sam always likes to explore, likes to think critically and how to solve this problem. So the job or about the company which you said, I think perfectly matches and synergizes your ideology. Is it not,
Exactly.
Prince?
Yes, of course, sir. Because
Super.
I learn a lot, and also you learn like the companies, they come and they say, this is our product, and do the safety investigations. So we do a lot of I just want to say how we do the job. So if a company say like ABC, they just bring the car like their products, and that is not even released to the market, and they need to get for in order to get into the Europe, they have to have the certification, which is called the CB certificate, and
Okay.
that should be evaluated from the IEC standard, which is like International Electrotechnical Standards. And we have to do a construction review. We just check whether the product is safe for the in terms of fire hazard. Does it have can it result to the fire hazard or shock hazard or any kind of mechanical hazard? So we do a lot of investigation. So we just do as a kind of we don't give the consultation that this design should be there. So they are like we are like teachers, and they are like the student who want us to evaluate their product. So then we do a lot of safety constructions, and we do the the risk management every layer by layer. So, and also when we do tests, it will be like really destructive too. So that like I love that kind of testing, to be honest. So yeah, this is how we do the test.
Excellent. Very interesting, And to do this, you explained as if it's like your hobby, it's
Yeah,
like your passion, but when it's also your job, I guess it's like icing on the cake, right, Prince?
exactly, sir, exactly.
Because, for example, today alone I'm doing like several interviews back to back. But if I'm not so very passionate or if I'm not so very happy with what I'm doing, I don't think I would have done all these 100 odd interviews. It's just
Exactly.
impossible. Same applies to you or anybody. We should
Yeah,
love what we do. We should explore. End of the day, life is only once, right? We should
yeah, exactly.
we should explore. Yes. So now, from your parents' perspective, when you decided to do your masters, then your journey into masters, then finally finding an employment and started to work. It's like almost 2 years now. How happy? I know that of course they are happy. It's an obvious answer from you. If I ask you, are they happy? I would like to ask you, how happy right now they are with their son's progress in his career?
They are very happy. Actually, it
Super.
was a long journey, and also it was they know every thing about like what is happening over here, because I'll be telling, I just keeping on updating them like how the education system is. And when I was when it was my master's thesis, I was like completely burnt out. But one thing was propelling me was my mother used to say like, just keep trying, and there is no date, there's no tomorrow for you. It's always think there is no tomorrow.
No
And
tomorrow.
that was the only thing was like driving me. And also I have a passion, and also I want to, and I don't want to give up. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. And that was the only thing that I was like keeping on. I was keeping myself to like to push myself too hard, and some it was like hard experience. And now they are very happy that I not only learned the masters, I also learned how to cook and how to do my laundry.
Yeah. Of course, it's all life skill. We need to know
Exactly.
everything. COVID has taught us a lot of things. So we have to
Yeah.
so Prince is no longer a boy.
Yeah,
Prince is
of
a
course.
man now.
Yeah,
Meaning
yeah,
to
they
say,
say that.
you're on your own, you make your money, you take care of yourself. I guess you would have, started supporting your parents. And as you said, the other household works. No, you're a complete person now. Yes. And
Exactly. Independent one, I would say that's if I would say I'm completely independent. I don't
yes,
rely on anyone. And now this independency, that created me like how to see everything independent. I don't want to just I go to help if I can't, but this independent taught me that you should be. So
yes.
that is the only thing, sir. And
Super,
now
brother.
my parents are
Super.
really happy about this one. Yeah.
Excellent. And you would have seen, brother, in this 45 minutes interview, it's all about your journey. And I want people to see and listen what all you went through, because they should not think it's a cakewalk and just jump into all these things and complain Europe later. No, it's a straightforward discussion. I did not send him any questions, or he did not tell me like, ask me this question. It's like two random people, you know, having
Yeah.
a conversation. Then only the audience will have a connect. I want to ask two more questions before we end up this interview. First thing is, as you are in the tech world, what we did yesterday, it may be irrelevant today. So how constantly you keep updating yourself? Please tell us about that.
uh in term, even if I just say like I'm more interested in the safety. So as I said, like for the safety you have to be thinking in a way that how the risk can be, and that should be like how you develop your skills. For instance, if I want to be a pro in what I'm doing, because if I want to be a pro, I have to just go through and I have to do a lot of hard work. Mean like how, if I just give a say, like if there's a PCB, like how do they make that? So I have to just see everything from layer by layer. And if there is any design faults or something that the manufacturers claims that what, we don't have any issues. So this analytical skills and this the theory knowledge, that will help you to propel yourself to be the pro. And always I want to say, I will always say myself that I want to be a pro. I want to be a person who knows everything. And I have to know. So if I want to know, then I have to just start myself from the scratch again, like as if I don't know anything. So
Yes.
that is the only thing I would say. And also, if they say like if you studied master it is easy, no, it is not at all easy. I bet you on that. It is not at all easy. Like clearing the exams, finishing your theories and finishing your practical work. And also it is not like how you do in India. You have the grace marks in it, but here no. Even in the point 0.5, people get failed. And I was also part of that, so I know how
Yeah.
it hurts. So I also got failures, but that I was not like was settling to that with the failure. I was like trying to myself to push more. And
Yes.
studying in Europe is something that you have to be. One thing is you have to know what is your vision. If you don't have any vision, or if you don't have any kind of a thing what you have to do in your life, then it is not the good place that you have to start. And if you
Exactly.
have filled with passion, and if you want to do greater things, and also if you want to do to enhance yourself, then Europe is the best place. And also the culture, and also you have this is a Schengen country, so you can just travel all around the Europe and you can just do whatever you want. So if you have passion, then it is the right country and right concrete stone to start your career growth.
Just to add to this, Prince only responsibility is parents are paying the money. Prince has to study well and get employment. Correct? Your
Yeah.
job ends there.
Yeah.
But once you get the employment, your company process your work visa. You are no
Yes, sir.
longer connected in that particular activity. You will get
Yeah.
an email, done. That's it. You will keep working. But if you look at countries like UK and Ireland, once their post-study work permit is over, okay, not many recruiters convert that or extend that, because they have to go
Yeah.
through a lot of processes. Because I get a
Yeah.
lot of phone calls. My son, after great struggle, he got employed. But now his work permit, the employer is not extending. He chooses the
Mhm.
another new student. He again gets 2 years. No problem. I'll tell this again. Okay.
Okay, sorry, sir.
The
Yeah.
employer, no problem. No problem. The employer finds another new student, and
Mm-hmm.
he writes
Mm-hmm.
on him for another 2 years. But this guy is sent out. For example, imagine in your case, Prince, okay, oh, 2 years, your work permit is over. No, you go back to your home country or find some other job. How strange it is. But this is what doesn't happen in Schengen countries. The
Yeah.
visa and all those things is taken care by the company. as a student in ESC, you cannot get into the diplomatic steps. What you can do is like, what is in your hands? Study well, work well, keep the, company on a very high opinion about yourself, constantly keep learning and moving forward. You cannot sit and break your head into this visa processes, because I get a lot of messages to my phone, my son is stuck here, stuck there, but these things doesn't happen in Schengen countries. Once you get a job, these things happen automatically.
Exactly. But also,
Super.
I want to add, sir, like you also have this, like in Netherlands, you have 1 year of temporary contract. They just give you a temporary contract, and
Yes.
if they just give the appointment, doesn't mean that they're gonna have you for the long term. So they
Yes,
evaluate
yes.
you, and that 1 year, it's gonna be like, they just they notice everything. And
Yes.
if they are happy with, like, with the employee who's like, the employer who's working over, like, the employee who's working over there, and then they just give the permanent contract. But also getting a permanent contract here is it's a kind of a reward for you,
Yes.
because it's not very easy to get a permanent contract in Netherlands. Also, because
Yes.
the job market, and also having the job market, and also the companies who like promote international are quite limited. And
Limited.
I'm not sure about what is about the other industry, but in my industry, it has a huge limit, actually.
Right. See, that's what, see, that is applies to all the companies. If you don't well, tomorrow they will send us out. That is quite
Exactly.
common. But I said the blockage from the government, they have lot of protocols which the company
Yeah.
cannot satisfy, or they don't want to satisfy, then it finally affects the student. That's why I asked this.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
then in between your busy schedules or your taxing schedules, how do you relax your mind? So are you involved in some sports or some other activities which keeps your mind fresh?
Okay. I go to gym, and I just go to gym, and I just go for a walk, and I'm a kind of a nature person, so I
Oh,
just go
super.
to the park, and I just like relax my friends, myself, and also I have good friends over here,
Very nice,
like
very
from
nice.
Netherlands, and also from the other international community. So I have a good time with them, and we just go somewhere, and we just relax ourselves more. So,
Excellent.
like when I was a student, I didn't had the time to relax
Yeah,
even
yeah,
a
yeah.
single day. But when I just when I'm now I'm working, so I have pretty good time. Also, but I don't, even now, still now, I'm not settling for the less. So I'm just,
Yes.
even on my during my Saturdays, Sundays, I study, and I just do what I want to do, like, enhance my career. And also,
Super.
also part time, I'm also doing an MBA from
Wow.
Amity
Yeah, yeah,
University.
yeah. I saw that in the LinkedIn profile. Super.
Yeah.
Nice. Best
So I'm also
wishes.
doing, yeah, thank you so much, sir. So I'm doing in entrepreneurship and leadership skills. So that is also my vision. So I'm just keeping myself busy. So I want to keep myself more busy. If I could, then I can just do a lot of things. So yeah.
Excellent. It's always good to be busy.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
way or the other, something propels you to the next levels.
Yeah.
Amazing. Great talking to you. Your video is like a template, what I have been telling to students.
Yeah.
You said from your life experience, and this is the whole agenda of asking you guys to spend 1 hour with us. And you guys also, you know, take time out to do this, because again, I say this is nothing to glorify about ESC. Forget it. That's fine. It's about your
Exactly.
journey. And even if it's inspiring, one or two students, Prince, I guess your 1 hour is productively spent, and I'm sure Prince is going to be really happy about that. Mm. Any last few points that you wish to tell to our audience before we sum up this beautiful interview?
I would say, like, if you have a passion, always like focus yourself more, and like never settle for the less. And you are highly capable. Even I was also having I have a low esteem when I was before joining the masters, but when I just started to do my masters, that was enhancing myself more. And all the very best for the students who's going to come to Europe, and set your mind higher, and you can do greater things, and you'll make your parents proud, and also you will be also proud in the end. This is my short note, sir.
Super. And not only short note, this is what you also have achieved. That is what you're telling people. And no
Exactly.
advice here. See, in this entire interview, Prince shared his life stories. What happened to
Exactly.
him? Take points from here and adapt it to the way that it works for you. It's in your hands. So
Exactly.
thank you so much, Prince. Great
Thank
talking
you so
to you.
much.
So when I make a visit to Netherlands, I'll surely
Yeah.
take your time and meet you for a coffee.
Sure.
It would be
Sure.
great to connect with you guys too. So thank you so much. Wish you all the best. Keep exploring,
Thank you.
keep
Thank you so
pushing your
much, sir.
limits, and
Yeah.
all the very best to you. Thank you, Prince.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much. Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you, sir.